I've broken down the new King of the Hill animation, and I think I know why you think it looks weird. Let's compare Hank Hill from the last season to the new version of Hank Hill that just dropped in the last trailer. The first thing you'll notice is that Hank was originally hand-drawn, so there's a lot more organic shapes. You can see the lines are fairly inconsistent, but one thing I really want you to notice is how different his mouth is. Looking at old Hank, I want you to look at his teeth. They're not just like a straight line across. He does have individual teeth that kind of have their own lines and bumps, and when we look at the new Hank, he's going to have just a straight line across. It's going to be really simple. He's going to have no real bottom lip. Again, it's just a straight line. Another thing that I think is explainable, but maybe helps to the effect of why he looks so weird, is his skin tone is a lot more desaturated. And that's probably because he's older, and maybe the original Hank was meant to have a tan living in Texas, but our new Hank is supposed to have been living in Saudi Arabia. So I think we should probably put his skin tone closer back to what it was originally. I'm not going to do too much here, but let's do some quick edits and then we'll look at an AI one after the fact. Let's first of all change his skin tone just a little bit closer to what it was originally. I think that'll make him feel a little bit more familiar. And then we're just going to add some grain on top. It really feels like it's lacking some kind of texture. It's too clean. I would ideally like the lines to be a little less consistent, but I'm not going to go and redraw everything. So we bumped up the saturation. We didn't touch the hue or anything. We literally just took the saturation slider, bumped it a little bit, and he already looks a lot more similar to his original self. And then we'll just throw on a little grain to give it a little bit of texture. We'll throw on a chromatic noise, and then we'll throw on some film grain effects just to make it feel a little bit like the original cartoon. Realistically, you probably can't see the grain because it's just a little bit too fine detail. It's going to get compressed in TikTok and CapCut, but it does actually work pretty well. I think it adds a lot to it. Let's take one look at a recreation done by ChatGPT. I fed it both an old image and a new image, and I asked it to recreate this original frame using the animation style of the original King of the Hill, and I think it works pretty well. One, hopefully you can see the noise a lot better now that we're super zoomed in, and the noise adds so much. That texture is ridiculously needed. The show is oversaturated right now, too clean. They do put texture in the backgrounds, but they don't apply it to the characters, which I don't think they did in the original show either, but we're kind of used to seeing the film grain just like through our old TVs, so there's like an implied texture that needs to be added. The other thing that it was able to do that obviously I wasn't going to do was replacing the mouth with the original style mouth, which I'm sure is much harder to animate, but it's really integral to the character. I mean, that's a huge part of someone's face is their teeth and their mouth. It makes up a massive part of their identity. So you can really see the huge difference in just everything going on where they speak. And just to be clear, I'm not saying AI could do a better job. You can see clearly their two facial expressions were different, so, you know, there's issues there. But the point is I want to show the difference in art style and compare them. Truth be told, we've only taken a look at the art style, but that's not actually what bothers me in this new rendition of King of the Hill. It's actually the new puppet and rigging animation motion. If you think we should do a part 2, let me know down below. And if you are one of those people who says, you know, who watches the show frame by frame, listen, go enjoy it. We're all going to enjoy it. We're just talking about it. So have fun in the comments.